Hello, welcome, or
to the meet and greet video.
oh dear Lord, Mum, if you can see this, please come get me.
There you go, now your fringe is sorted.
Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of, I don't even know what to call myself anymore because I'm not really that girl from that gig, but it's about gigs, so let's go for it, shall we? I'm going to be doing a segment on meet and greets, episode, video, I don't really know what to call it now, but you know what, I'm new to this YouTube-ish. I've only just figured out how to even work it. I don't even have a backdrop yet. My backdrop at the moment is my aesthetic. Takeaway in a bin liner. Now, meet and greets are a massive subject in the music industry today. Back then, whenever, they've only really just started becoming popular, like, in the recent years. And considering I've only ever been to approximately 3 or 4 meet and greets, I can't really put my voice in there, but I'm going to try anyway because I'm a forceful person. I am essentially a politician when it comes to ramming information that I hardly know anything about into people's minds. Right, so okay, so business time. Let's talk about meet and greets. My first proper experience meet and greet wise is literally, I didn't even know they existed when I first started listening to music. I say first, there wasn't like a specific day, like obviously everyone has music in their lives all the time. But when I first started going to gigs and seeing bands and stuff like that, I didn't know about meet and greets, right? I just assumed that every band wanted to meet the fans afterwards, so I'd wait afterwards, go early. I've never been one of those fans to like literally, grab hold of someone and be like, "You're having a photo with me now." I just kind of awkwardly stand at the side. If a band member wants to meet you, talk to you, whatever, they will give you a friendly glance, give you a friendly smile, this, that, and whatever. You can kind of tell if a band member's having a bad day or a good day, and whether you should go to them or they'll come to you if you wait your turn. A lot of band members that I've personally met are very open to meeting people outside of shows, like the guys from Bury Tomorrow, Mallory Knox, We Are the Ocean, bands like that. Not saying they're a specific category. Bands like that tend to come out and meet you afterwards or hold sign-ins at festivals. They're that kind of band. With bigger bands such as like All Time Low, Mice and Men, Pissvale, whatever, they're harder to meet purely because of the fan base. I can't even begin to describe like fangirls and stuff like that because they range from like, oh, someone's over there, oh my god, my heart, and then when they meet them, shake a little, cry, blah, 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 to, I am going to literally rip a piece of his hair out to keep under my pillow. That is the extremity of fangirls these days. When I went to see the 1975, if you've seen my previous video, when Matty Healy came out, that was awful. That was actually disgusting because he came out of the van, swarms of people coming down, grabbing his hair, kissing his face, doing this, that, and whatever, and he was just taking it, and that's kind of heartbreaking because us as the fan community should respect and understand needs to get in, like especially before a show when they got sound checks, interviews, things like that. If they're gonna meet you, they'll come up to you or they'll, saunter in towards the area. That's when you take your chance. You do not go up to them, grab them, do this, that, whatever. I know it might be hard in the moment. I don't want to be looking back and think, oh yeah, I met Matty Healy that one time because I literally broke his neck so he would be in the photo with me. Anyway, back to talking about meeting random people on the street. That is how I thought band culture went down. I found out about All Time Low Hustlers, which is a club membership thing you pay every year. It's a $5, it's just for digital membership, but you can get more when you get t-shirts. T-shirt is rank, no offense. You can get t-shirts, random shit, and you're part of the fan club. You get extra access, if you will, to the website. You get early entry. Early entry? No, you don't. That's a fucking lie. You get early access to tickets before they go on general sale. Cover that up, rope. I just think it's like for a $5 a year, I don't even know how much that equates to per week or month or whatever, but that doesn't seem like a lot to me for you to, genuinely get a ticket if you're a big fan of the band. Another plus thing about the Hustlers is that if you are one of the first 100 people to buy a ticket through the website, then you are entered into a prize draw, if you will, where you can get early entry or meet and greet. Say it splits evenly, 50 people meet and greet, 50 people early entry. The people who get meet and greet also get early entry because they stay in the place after they've met them. Now, I signed up to this thing in March and All Time Low toured with You Me at 6. I can't remember exactly the date. It was wintry time because I remember being cold. And I signed up and I was like, I know plenty of people who have signed up for this and they're still waiting for their chance to meet All Time Low, get in early, this, that, whatever. I didn't have my hopes up, but, you know, I still tried. I'm pretty good when it comes to buying tickets online. I'm pretty quick when I know the techniques, signing for this, signing to that, blah, blah, blah. So I thought I got a pretty good chance. The Wembley tickets for All Time Low came on sale before the You Me at 6 and All Time Low one, so I was like, we're going to record this. I'll buy one. If I don't get anything, then I can sell my ticket. So I was like, I'll leave it to it, do it once. The fate is gone. The fate is whatever, like, it's out of my hands kind of thing. So it comes to the day where because what they do, probably about a month or so before the actual dates, they put a list on the website, the Hustlers website, saying, this person's got meet and greet, this person's got early entry, this is how many people they can bring with them. I'm scrolling through, I'm on the train going home. Lottie Mae Taylor meet and greet. Shat on myself, I'm not gonna lie to you all. Basically, I was like, oh my god, I have no idea how this works. It's in Birmingham, I live nowhere near Birmingham. What the frick frack am I supposed to do here? So you get to Birmingham, there's a separate entrance for everyone who's got a meet and greet, early entry kind of thing. For the stewardess, I don't know, the person, someone who was like security on the site, like essentially was like, alright, come this way, come through. We got taken into this big foyer bit. I think like anyone could probably have walked in. This manager came out and he was like, right, they're gonna come out, you're allowed photos and them to sign one thing each, and you're not allowed to, we don't want any people FaceTiming friends, this is your moment, this is for you, not for them. We wait there for a bit, I'm talking to my friends, and then they all just walk in like, God knows. They just walked in like they were, obviously they're normal people, but they just walked in like, meshed in with everyone. Each one went to different corners of the room, and then you obviously went to different ones, asked them to sign whatever if you wanted something signing, and got a photo with them. I went to, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Ryan. No, I didn't, that's a lie, I went to Zach first. It was a bit weird, I was like, hello, how are you? And he was obviously just in the photo ready position. So I got a photo with him, which I'll put here, if that works. And it's an awful photo, I'm sorry in advance. Then I went on to Ryan, who knows. He was lovely, he had his photo face on, he was smiling at everyone, he was like, oh hi, you know, I like your hair, which was an abundant lie because my hair looked revolting. I'll put the photo of me and him here. They were all like selfies as well, it's not like leaning over tables kind of thing, so that was nice. Then went over to Jack Barakat, who is my favourite out of them all. Not gonna lie to anyone here, he is a beautiful man. He was nice, everyone was giving him gifts and stuff. He seemed a bit chill, he wasn't really talking as much as, you know, like, obviously I've never met him before, but I've looked at videos and stuff where people have met him. He wasn't as chatty with everyone as I expected him to be, but like I said, they do this every day at tour, like, it's not just like a one-off thing. I'll put my picture of me and him here. Sorry I keep going over it, I've got like a mirrored thing going down, so it looks like I'm just doing a fucking weird dance. The manager comes out and he's like, right guys, you've got about 5 minutes to finish what you're doing, and then they need to go and we'll start taking you into the arena. So I was like, oh my god. We've got a picture with the main offender, Alex. He was wearing this furry hat. I don't understand why. Furry hat and a scarf. I was like, you are inside, man. Calm down. There's this girl in front of me who was talking to him about a life story, like, no offence, obviously, you know, first time you've met him, done this, that, whatever. But it's just, when people are waiting for literally just a photo, and you've got 5 minutes left, it's not exactly the best time to start telling him what your favourite colour is. I was like, waiting patiently at the side because you don't want to be that kind of person who shifts people out of the way. Got a photo with him, which I will put here. And then we went in because we were meet and greet and walked right to the barrier. And it was really easy, really nice, and it obviously didn't have to queue for, like, All Time Low fans queue for, like, days, man. And I also met them at Wembley, because I got meet and greet there as well. And That was a bit different. It wasn't completely different, but we were inside the arena standing a bit where we met them all rather than outside of it. So people ran in first to go to the barrier. We stood there with the bags like claiming the spaces, and then they realised obviously they had to meet all time low. So if that had happened the way it had happened, I wouldn't have got barrier. So I was like, right, okay, I'm kind of thankful for this. And I literally swooped around each one of them, got a photo. I've probably done it about 7 minutes. I have a friend called Sal who does press for them in Europe, and he was like, "Are you done already? Like, that's weird." And I was like, "All right, when I am on a mission, I'm on a mission, right?" And I'd done it. I'd ran to barrier. I got some spaces for my friends, and we all went there. And this is something amazing that happened, right? That you can't really put a price on it, even though if you did, it would only be about £5 for the membership, and obviously for the ticket or whatever. I'm just gonna put a little video thing in here to show you the benefits of being on the barrier an all-time low gig. Those of you who are vivid watchers of all-time low gigs videos on YouTube, this however, you'll understand that they pull people on stage for time bomb, and this had happened at Birmingham when I was barrier, and I was like, I'm not having that, I'm terrified, I can't even stand in front of a class and read my work out to them, I can't do this, that, whatever, how the hell am I supposed to get on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people and sing? They were like, anyone on stage? I was like, me. Me and Hannah had this sign that said, this is what time we'll do for hopeless dreamers, and that's why we got on stage. All-time low meet and greets are 100% worth it, I think, personally, because you're paying literally, I know you're still paying to meet them, but it's literally £5 a month, that's less than God knows how much a week, and that's amazing. You can literally have opportunities to get on stage with them, meet them, take photos, tell them everything you need to tell as long as you're not taking the piss. And I just think that's amazing considering the rates of meet and greets nowadays. So, all-time low, I give you 1 point. Moving on next, I think it was my Mice and Men gig. Oh, the PTV and Sirens ones and the Mice and Men ones were very close together, so I'm just going to go into a Mice and Men now because they are my favourite band. Second favourite band, first favourite band, it switches. With my Mice Men one, it was a bit different because I didn't even know it existed. And then I get a notification on Twitter, right, and it's Austin. I'm like, Austin, tell me what you need to tell me. VIP upgrades for the Mice Men tour are available now. And I was like, I go really early to queue to get into the place to be on barrier. And when meet and greets are introduced, they usually include early entry. So I was like, okay, stress-free meet time with them, I get to go in early. I think you got a free poster and these free vinyl things, which are absolutely shit. It's just gonna qualify? I don't know what the word is. And I bought it. It was £60. Like, that's an add-on as well. So the ticket cost me about £20 and the meet and greet cost me £60, which is £80 altogether for one gig. Went in and you go into the Manchester Arena, and I didn't even know this place existed, right? There's like stairs that go up to this balcony a bit. And you went up and they were all just stood there and they were like, alright, take photos, do this or whatever. So I was like, I'll go to Austin last because I know a lot of people flock to him first for photos. So I went to, I'm not entirely sure which order I went in. I saw Alan, I'll put photos next to me. I saw Alan, talked to him for about Aaron, Tino and Phil, got photos with them, that was fine. And then I went over to Austin and the tour manager, I assume it's the tour manager, was like, right, that's enough, a few times over, everyone needs to, you know, like, get in the queue for, like, because they had group meet and greet photos. It's like, everyone needs to go on. And I was like, I've paid £60 to get a photo with each individual one, and I'm not even going to get a photo with my favourite in the band. I think that's a bit, you know, I just didn't think it was good management. I didn't get a photo with Austin, which was a bit miffed about, but it's not too bad because I have met him before and got photos and stuff, but still it's a bit annoying when you have to pay £60, and the times I did meet him I didn't have to pay at all, so whatever. Back in the queue, going for the group photos, which I'll put again over here, which I'm a bit annoyed about because they're a bit blurry, and the manager obviously doesn't give a shit because, like, he didn't have to pay, he sees them every day, they're his friends, this, that, whatever. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna have to use some special effect now to make sure these aren't blurry. Nice one. You go back down, the next group go up, and then you queue by the door that leads into the arena? Apollo? I don't even know. Manchester Academy, into the academy. Then you go to barrier, stand there, wait for the gig, blah blah blah. The Mice Men meet and greet, I didn't really rate it. Like, you got a fancy little lanyard, you got posters, you got this, that, and whatever, but posters, what do they cost in bulk? Not a lot. Like, lanyards, what do they cost in bulk? Not a lot. The vinyl things weren't proper vinyls, they were like sheets of. They're like see-through sheets of plastic with the imprints of the vinyl that you put on, and they don't really work. They're very like temperamental, so I don't think that a lot of thought was put into them either. So they can't have cost a lot. And then not even getting to meet the entire band properly and get photos with them all. That's a bit of a deal breaker because you do pay for meet and greet. I would not rate the OM&M one. They have since updated it to similar things to All Time Low. That's £10 to join the membership for a year, and you get to sign up for VIP, which does make it better because, like, although you do have to pay to go on the site, you don't have to pay extra for meet and greets, which means that like people who can't afford meet and greets have a better chance to meet them, because meet and greets shouldn't be. I just don't think they should be priced at all, because people who deserve to meet them, not saying people don't deserve to meet them, but people who have tried to meet them for so long and just can't, it shouldn't be based on the value of your income by your mum and your dad over how you should meet a band at all. Because I think that's just morally wrong, because, like, they're literally a person. You shouldn't have to pay to meet a person, but I'm going to go into that more towards the end. In overall, more positives than negatives, but still more negatives than All Time Low. So one of the last meet and greets that hasn't been like a signing or free that I've been to is Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil. Now, when this collab tour came about, I was really excited because I was like, oh my god, King for a Day, played live, it's going to be amazing. And that was £40 plus the ticket, which I didn't think was as bad compared to the OM&M one, because you're paying £20 for meeting them both, and you get a poster and you get a free, I think you got a free can of, what was it? You got a free can of something, a free can of energy drink. I have no idea. I think it was Rockstar. Who knows? They finally let you in. They'll give you a lanyard, and you stood in the bit to the side of the stage, and there were people around me crying. There were people around me like screaming whenever they saw anybody. There were people from the band Issues was supporting, and they were just walking about doing sound check, and everyone was screaming, and a lot of people, I assume, didn't know who they were, because they thought they were members of Sleeping with Sirens, right? So I'm not going to go into that right now. That happened, there was a massive clump of people, and that led to this, it looked like a closed off box, like, like in hospitals where they have the curtains around bedding, it was like that. And I was like, this is obviously where it's leading to, this is where the bands are. You walk in, and there are two backdrops. One Sleeping with Sirens where they're stood, and it's cut, and then it's Pierce the Veil where they're stood. You go to Sleeping with Sirens, and you stand with them, get your photo, you have a bit of a chat. No selfies or signing or anything like that, because you got the poster afterwards, and there were more people there than the OM&M one. I went in and it was really nice. I talked to Justin, bass player, for a bit. He was really nice. He liked my hair and stuff. Seems to be a recurring pattern. My hair always looks really shit at gigs, so when band members say it to me, I think it's just because there's a colour in it and they want to make me feel better about it, so thank you all. Then I walked across to Pierce the Veil, and Vic said, oh, what's your name? And I was like, oh, it's Lottie. And I'm always dead paranoid about how Americans say my name, because they don't pronounce T's, they said D. And I can't think of, Bottle. So I was like, Lottie, and they were like, Lottie, and then Jaime was like, sister like Dotty Lottie who likes to party or something, and then slut dropped, and I was like, what is happening here, right? Like, they're having a party of their own. I was at the back, I got barrier, it was amazing. I felt a bit tight, but life goes on. So I was barrier for Issues, barrier for Sleeping Sirens, barrier for Pierce the Veil. The only thing that really ticked me off was when Pierce the Veil played King for a Day, nothing happened. Kellen didn't come on stage. I was like, well, right, I'd understand if it was a festival and he was seeing the band, but he's literally backstage sat there doing fuck all, right? So you better get out and sing King for a Day. Didn't come out and sing King for a Day, and I was really disappointed. And I was like, that is mostly the reason why I paid to come see this tour, for that one song. So nice one, Kellen. So it wasn't too bad for £40 for the ticket and to meet them, but still, you still had to pay to meet them. and it was a really quick experience. You literally got a photo, you couldn't really speak to them, you got barrier. It was better than the OM&M one purely because it was cheaper, you got to meet 2 bands, you got a poster, Rockstar, and I got barrier and stuff like that. I met a few people afterwards who wanted to try and meet them, and they did eventually come out. They didn't really stick around, and they got photos with them and stuff. So the meet and greet was a bit pointless to that effect. So you don't have to go really early. You don't have to wait about. You literally know you're gonna meet them. You can turn up at a certain time, get barrier this time, whatever. The only thing is, people who can't afford meet and greets, and I've missed quite a few myself because I can't afford them. I just don't think it's deserving on them. Like the old time law scheme, you don't have to pay £5 to join, but it's random, and I just think that's fairer that way. Fair enough. I just don't really know how to even start going into this without going on about a 50-minute rant. Dan from Bury Tomorrow always tweets something like "fuck meet and greets," I think it is, and I completely agree with him. Like, if you're meeting a bigger band such as like Black Sabbath or 30 Seconds to Mars, the prices that reach for meet and greets are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I think one package was £1,000. You got to meet them, ticket early entry, you got some free stuff, and then you got to go on stage with them at the end. And there were a lot of people on that stage, and I'm just thinking to myself, that's a lot of money they've made for like a stage they don't even own, for a song they play that has no interaction with the band at all. I just don't see the point. If you are paying that much money to go to a meet and greet, you at least expect them to be nice and respectful to you as you are being to them. That's a ridiculous amount of money. I've never had that much money all in one go to be able to spend on meeting 30 Second Stars. You are literally paying to be in their presence, and I think that completely just separates band member from fan. And I know those labels are there for a reason, but if you're like me, and I'm quite close with a couple of bands now, and I'd hate to be reminded at this point that there is still that, barrier between me and them, which is why I don't ask for photos from certain bands and stuff, because it's not me trying to be cool or whatever, it's me trying to genuinely talk to them like they're another human being and that they're not this higher authority level above me, because they're not. They're genuinely like probably about 10 years older than me. Respect your elders, blah blah blah, respect me. Like, meet and greets, the end, in conclusion thing, I don't think you should have to pay for them, especially ridiculous prices like £1,000, 30 Seconds to Mars. I think they should. Band members, I understand why they're, meet and greets are done, because a lot of people don't get to meet them, like, purely because of the fan base swarms. Even still, competitions, fan club, where you sign up for a small price, random draws, this, that, way. There are lots of ways where these meet and greets can, go about without you having to fork out a lot of money. If you want to pay that money, I'm not saying that you shouldn't pay all that money if you do really want to meet them, but this is kind of like a thing to fan members. Like, stop extorting your fan base for the money they're already paying to see you at a gig. They shouldn't have to pay more to be in your presence, and not even for a long time, probably about 2 minutes, if that. Thank you for watching. I know this has been a bit of a ramble, but I get very passionate when it comes to things about music, as you may have already gathered. If you want to see more content like this and more content like other shit, please like and subscribe, and tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your teacher, tell your pets, tell anyone, right? Anyone who will listen that I'm here, and you can subscribe to me if you want to hear rambles of an idiot at God knows what time at night. I'm thinking of branching out in different directions. I tried to record a gameplay of Slender the Arrival last night, which didn't really go to plan because it was very, very laggy, and I'm trying to sort that out, but hopefully that's the kind of direction I'll be going. I'll be including different people, collabs, this or whatever. Shout out to Richter Plays. Richter Plays, guys. He does Minecraft videos. Like and subscribe, this, that, whatever. He does other ones as well, just hasn't done them yet. And thank you very much for watching again. Hope you have a beautiful day. This is the end, and I'll see you again next time.